Everyone is talking about the new Milwaukee Arena deal, and lawmakers will be back in Madison this week talking about it off the court. It's unclear if the proposal will stay in the state budget or will be voted on separately. What is clear is the debate is far from over.
Dream Arena or a box of taxpayer nightmares. Republicans and Democrats who have disagreed on most everything through protests and recalls are suddenly standing together.
It's important to remember that what we're talking about is it's cheaper to keep them.
That would be the key phrase used by Governor Scott Walker in trying to sell a plan to finance a new arena. It'll be cheaper for state and local taxpayers to keep the bucks by building a new arena than losing the revenue if the NBA bounces the team to another city in a different state.
Just in those very conservative estimates, it's $419 million is the cost of doing nothing. Not a very good alternative. Versus right now, what we're talking about with a new arena plan, just for the state alone, the impact would be capped out at $80 million.
The state, city, and county would pick up half the tab of a new arena with a price tag of $500 million. It's a 50-50 deal. Milwaukee County Executive Chris Abele says the team is offering to invest the other half, $250 million in private cash.
What's the message to the rest of the country that we'll be saying when we say if we can't make $250 million in private money, an extraordinary opportunity put forward by people who have enormous amounts of successful experience in development, if we can't get this right, what's the message we're saying to developers outside the state?
Now they just have to convince people from their own camps, liberal and conservative, Democrat and Republican, to play ball, to invest in the concept that Wisconsin has to play big to win big. Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett.
And I still want the Bucks to stay here, and I still want to have a new arena. I also have an obligation, as do all the other elected officials, to the people who elected me. And that's why I said that I was going to support a plan that would ensure that there would be no increase to the property taxpayers in the city of Milwaukee. And we have accomplished that goal.
And this weekend, we finally heard from Milwaukee Bucks President Peter Feigin on the proposal.
I think it's great. It's all progress. So it's our first step forward. We still got a long road with some chapters in the state with joint finance. We've got some chapters in the city with the Common Council and some chapters with the county. So, but this is all positive momentum.